My husband and I have been quietly preparing ourselves to buy our first home this year. I worked with the same real estate agent for all of my rentals for nearly 10 years, and at this point, I almost bought a house using his services, but the financing fell through. This is someone I've built a relationship with, and I know he's very good at his job. He was the obvious choice for our next chapter. One of my close friends, I'll call her Lizzie, began dating a nice guy called George about 2.5 years ago. Since they began dating, he became a real estate agent. He's good at his job and has a bunch of awards from his brokerage and has a steady influx of business. A few months ago, my husband and I had a night of drinking with Lizzie and George, and our buying situation came up. I was quick to mention that it was on our radar and that we already have a real estate agent. Lizzie remarked to George something like, "See, I told you they already have someone." George went on to pitch himself as an option. I, of course, heard him out. However, at no point did I imply we would use him. I actually tried to make it really clear that I use my own real estate agent many times, and he even brings us Christmas gifts. Perhaps I should have been clearer, but didn't feel like George was pressuring us in any way. Fast forward a month ago, Lizzie texted me as we were buying our new house. The whole thing happened so fast. We got pre-approved 3 weeks prior and got in touch with my real estate agent shortly after that. It was an incredibly exciting moment for us, and with her messaging, I felt it was time to mention that we purchased and that we hope they understand we used my real estate agent. A week went by and she didn't reply. Lizzie works a job that results in sporadic messaging, so at first I didn't think anything about the delay. As time went on, I began to question whether we had upset them. I decided to message her again and ask. When I received a response later that evening, I was shocked. This is a friend I value a lot, and I couldn't believe what she was saying, which was basically that our decision to use my realtor makes them question us as friends because they value having people who are loyal, trustworthy, and support them. They took issue with the fact that we didn't make an effort to consult with them prior to making our decision and took it as a jab at George's abilities. It seriously felt like a breakup text. Ultimately, we made the decision to keep business and personal lives separate, plus we already had an agent. I never anticipated that they would put this kind of obligation on us as close friends, especially when it came to the biggest financial transaction of our lives. Am I wrong?